off each week telling yourself, I got time. Well, time is up. And if you're looking for a gym that is effective and motivating to get you to your goal, then you have no other choice than to choose Effect Fitness. Effect Fitness is an intensive boot camp experience like no other. If you're looking to increase your personal power, recognize your own strength, and cultivate your mind and body, then Effect Fitness is the boot camp for you.
Are they downtown? Where are they located?
Effect Fitness is located in the heart of Atlanta at 1 Baltimore Place Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30308.
I have a crazy schedule, really, and I'm a morning person. I like coffee, so I really need a gym that's going to be open before the first waffle drops at Waffle House.
Effect Fitness has morning classes Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m.
But I work a 9 to 5, and I need a gym that's going to be there the moment I get out of traffic. You know how this Atlanta traffic is.
Effect Fitness also has afternoon classes Monday through Friday at 4:30 p.m., 5:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m.
This is so exciting, but are they open on the weekends?
Yes, Effect Fitness is also open during the weekend with classes on Saturday at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. and Sunday before you go to church at 9 a.m. And there you have it. What other boot camp is open 7 days of the week with classes in the mornings and in the evenings to help get you to your goal? Like we said, if you're looking to increase your personal power, recognize your own strength, and cultivate your mind and body, then Effect Fitness is the boot camp for you. Effect Fitness.
Right! Hit Squad is in the house! Yeah, it's party time! All right now, baby, all right. 60 minutes, falls out. Let's open up the whole can of kick-ass and kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out. Razor, Bear Claw, Stinger. Ready?
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
Not wasting any time, man. This is AlphaMale Sports, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what time it is. It is me, he is I, and I am him. I am here that they call the AlphaMale. We're not going to waste any time, man. I cannot wait to get into...
Oh, yeah, y'all. It's time for...
Say what?
Wednesday. Say what Wednesday?
Say What Wednesday, everybody. Of course, it is a compilation of some crazy-ass stories from last week and this week, of course, because last week we weren't here and this week we are. But just a major, crazy compilation of stories that, that make up the sports world. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So I got a few stories here that are of some interest. Now, first story, you all remember last week, last Monday, last Tuesday was the All-Star break for the Major League Baseball, for Major League Baseball. But yeah, it was the All-Star break, and during the All-Star break, we all know what to expect: home run derby, a baseball game, and that's it. A home run derby, a baseball game, that's it. No one really cares about the celebrity baseball game. This year, at least, they did when Terry Crews took his shirt off. But like I said, other than that, a baseball game, home run derby. Well, in Korea, in the KBO, the Korean Baseball Organization, they said to hell with hitting balls out of the park. Let's bunt the hell out of the damn ball. Now, of course, we in the United States, we bash balls hundreds of yards into the crowd of drunk baseball fans. And I hope that doesn't sound weird in any way. But as for the KBO, they have the bunt derby where down each foul line, there are like two big targets. And in the middle, of course, you have the high score and so on and so forth. And basically, I think they get the same amount of opportunities. I think with like baseball, we get 10. Baseball, they get 10 opportunities to hit as many home runs as they possibly can. I think with the bunts, they have a certain amount that they get, and I think they have to they have to compile the highest score, if you will. So very creative, very creative. The winner, this year's winner of the baseball, of the KBO's bunt contest was Hyo Kyung Min. Let me say that right. Hyo Kyung Min of the Dosan Bears. So congratulations to him. But not to mention, Min's teammate, who is an infielder, Oh Jae-won, he won the perfect pitcher competition. Yeah, the perfect pitcher competition. So the perfect pitcher competition, they have like a row of baseball bats that are, lined up at the home plate position. And I think these baseball players get to knock down the bats almost as if they're bowling. So that's interesting. You know what I mean? I mean, like, home runs are cool, but I'm kind of tired of hearing Chris Berman just scream.
Back, going back.
Yeah, Buddy sounds like a duck.
Say what?
But anywho, St. Louis Cardinals former scouting director Christopher Correa, he was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison on Monday for, get this, hacking the Houston Astros player personnel database and email system.
Say what?
Now, Chris pled guilty to 5 counts of unauthorized access to a protected computer from 2013 to 2014. And get this, y'all. This was the same year that he was promoted to the director of baseball development for the St. Louis Cardinals. Can I get another say what?
Say what?
Talk about cheating your way to the top. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I mean, goodness gracious. Now, Christopher Correa was then fined. He was fired. And, of course, like I said, he faces 46 months in prison, up to 4 years, basically, do the math. And he's also court-ordered to pay $279,038 in restitution. Now, the Cardinals could also face further punishment from the Major League Baseball, either a fine or possible loss of draft picks. Now, who's the victim of this hacking situation? Who did Christopher hack? Christopher Correa, he actually hacked the Houston Astros database, which federal prosecutors, they say that the hacking could cost the Astros anywhere north up to about $1.7 million. See to it as Correa used the Astros data to draft players for the St. Louis Cardinals. Wow, this is crazy. That is ridiculous. If you're gonna cheat big. Cheat your way to the top, man. You're the next Lily Bruce. Moving on to my next story in Say What Wednesday. Russia. What do I say about Russia? Question. I'll just ask you guys a question. How do you double your winning potential in the Olympics? Any answers? Dope. D-O-P-E. Remember one time when I was a kid, I was watching Saved by the Bell, and A.C. Slater, he said there's no hope with dope. Russia didn't see that episode, obviously, because Russia's let me just go ahead and tell you the story, okay? In 2010, Russia stank up the damn Winter Olympics in Vancouver, Canada, winning only 15 medals, the lowest out of all countries that represented in the 2010 Winter Olympics. Well, the next year it was going to be in their home, like in their backyard in Sochi. So the Russians needed to make sure that they got themselves up. Now, of course, the Russians that year in 2014 won 33 medals, more than any country that represented in the 2014 Winter Olympics. So, what did the Russians do? Like, what did they do? How in the hell did they do that? Like, you can't just dope. You can't use dope, you know what I mean, or steroids, if you would. They just call it dope. But you can't use steroids and things of that such and just get away with it. Well, Russia came very close. They came damn close. The Russians did, what they did was, it was like in late night hours, Russian officials exchanged doped, tainted urine with clean urine samples by, get this, y'all, drilling mouse holes. They passed the urine samples through mouse holes that were drilled in the wall of the anti-doping agency's laboratory.
Say what?
It was said that they would have, I guess, they would, during the day, of course, this hole, that sounds weird saying it, but that hole would be covered up, disguised. No one would be able to see it. But then, of course, in the nighttime, around 12 o'clock in the morning, when most people are gone home or not working at the time, they would, open up the hole and, put the piss in. But, of course, this pissed off the World Anti-Doping Agency, pun actually intended. And for that, all Russian teams are banned from the Olympics next month in Rio, Brazil.
Say what?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, you can't just dope. You can't use dope, man. There's no hope with dope. Just say no to drugs. No, seriously, all of Russia out of the Olympics. That was, I think, a crazy story in itself. Major crazy story. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to AlphaMale Sports. That is Say What Wednesday. You know, if you guys have any Say What Wednesday ideas or topics, make sure that you guys tweet me. Hashtag Say What. Say What. SAYWHAAAT. 3 A's. 3 A's. Make sure y'all put that in there, okay? Before I get out of here, man, I definitely got to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. It's 8 days, y'all. 8 days until, I think it's 7 days now. 7 or 8, yeah, it's 8 days. I'm sorry, they start on the 28th. Yeah, so 8 days away. The Atlanta Falcons will start up camp, man. I cannot wait. I will be out there in the hot sun. I'm going to probably try to get out there early, catch one of the early practices. But I will go up to Flowery Branch, try to catch some of the practices, man. I mean, I can't wait to see Keanu Neal. And really, there's a lot of big expectations from Keanu Neal heading into the Falcons camp. He had a very good showing in Falcons OTAs. He even went on and posted a video of him and Cam Chancellor working out. He had captioned it, "Learning from the best." Now, of course, the reason I bring that up is because Dan Quinn was the head coach, well, not the head coach, but was the defensive coordinator in Seattle, where Cam Chancellor did play, and Earl Thomas, two great safeties in the NFL right now. So, of course, it would only be fitting that Dan Quinn would come down to Atlanta and start his regime here, and in his first draft, going out and picking up a safety in Keanu Neal. Very good job. You know, I'm excited. Now, I do have questions for Mohamed Sanu. He being the new acquisition for the Atlanta Falcons, coming down from Cincinnati. He was a number 2 guy behind AJ Green. Now he's coming down to Atlanta to be the number 2 guy, filling the void of Roddy White, filling the void that Roddy White played. So, of course, him coming down to Atlanta. What kind of guy is he? Is he going to be a utility guy? Is he going to go out and make those key blocks for Julio? Is he going to be a viable number 2 man where he'll catch 50 to about 60 catches per season? So, you know, that's my question for Mohamed Sanu. I think that's why I want to definitely go up to Falcons camp and check him out. And finally, before I get off my soapbox with the Atlanta Falcons, I mean, I'm very excited. I don't know whether or not Atlanta underproduced last season or if they were just overly hyped, catching a lot of early season success and then somebody exposing them later on down the line. I hope that's not the case. The Atlanta Falcons finished 8-8 this past season. So, you know, we Falcon fans here, you know, me being a Falcon fan, I do hope that Atlanta gets off on the good foot. Let's get on the good foot, okay? Why are the Falcons trying to reduce Freeman's carries next season? And that's one of the things that don't make sense to me. He was I don't think anybody did as much as he did for the Atlanta Falcons last season. I mean, really getting to a very fast start in the beginning. I think the reason why we had a 5-0 record at the 5-game mark throughout in last season, you know, he was a key point in our offense. I think he had he not went down with a concussion versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think he would have possibly went for close to 2,000 yards last season. I'm just saying. You know, he is that explosive of a guy. But I think the reason why they want to do that is because they want to give Tevin Coleman some more carries. They want to get Tevin Coleman involved in the offense. Really, if you look at Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, both mirror images almost. I mean, seriously, how they run the ball. They both can catch out of the backfield. Very quick players, can move in small spaces, can find the hole that other big backs can't. Ergo Steven Jackson. So, you know, I'm very excited to see how this plays out, but I don't want this to come at the expense of Devontae Freeman. You know, I think Atlanta has beefed up their offense, picking up Mohamed Sanu. We have Tevin Coleman as a number 2 running back. We got Devontae Freeman as the number 1. We got Julio Jones. We got Jacob Tamme at the tight end. We just drafted another tight end. I don't want this to be a situation where we got so much that we just